The job of the parole board is to decide if people are safe to be released from prison. Every year, we consider about 25,000 cases.
Not everybody in prison goes through parole, but for those who do, we decide whether they can be released or moved to open prison.
These aren't simple or easy decisions, but they are incredibly important, and it's people like me, Rob,
And me, Joanne,
who make them.
we're parole board members.
There are many of us. We come from all walks of life, and we're all specially trained to sit on the parole board.
If you know someone going through parole, we're the people who look at their case.
The first thing it's important to understand is that when a case comes to us, it's because the person going through parole has completed the punishment set by the courts.
The case gets referred to us, and we then decide if they should be released into the community.
When we make this decision, we look at hundreds of pages of evidence, from the original case and sentencing right through to how they've behaved in prison and what their plans are for release.
We consult a wide range of experts, from psychologists and psychiatrists to prison and probation staff. We also invite the victim to tell us how the crime has affected them.
And whenever we can, we'll speak to the person going through parole directly at an oral hearing.
You might be wondering what we consider.
Our number one priority when looking at a case is protecting the public.
We only release someone if we believe the risk to the public is minimal.
So how do we decide that?
First, we question whether the person going through parole fully understands what led them to commit their offence and the factors which could lead to it happening again.
Secondly, we need to see evidence of change. How have they changed from when their crime was committed? Have they used their time in prison to work through the issues, problems, and addictions that got them there?
And finally, and this is really important, we ask them what their life will be like outside of prison. So if you're going through parole, where will you live? What family support will you have? And what will you do for a job?
And what's your relationship like with your probation officer? Will you be honest and open with them? Have you got a solid plan in place to manage your risk factors?
As you can see, there's a lot to consider. These aren't easy decisions. People may have committed very serious offences. How can we be confident that they have changed and are genuine?
The fact is, we can never be 100% certain. But we know it is possible for someone to have committed a very serious crime in the past and for their risk now to be very small and manageable.
We also make sure that there are safety mechanisms in place. So if there are warning signs after release, they may be returned to prison.
Or we might decide there's still work to be done before the person going through parole is ready for release.
Whatever our decision, we know people's lives are affected, and that's why we take great care in making every single one.
If you know someone who's going through parole, or you want to find out more, there's more information under the different headings on our homepage.